Welcome to our Catia V5 demo. My name is Daryl Reese. I'll be your host. The part that we were showing you here today is a simple triangular trim cover. It's been shelled out to 3 millimeters thickness with an attachment in the center. I'm going to show you the profile of that part now. Go to our profile icon. We have 40 millimeters on one edge, 20 millimeters on the other edge, 80 millimeters tall, and it's in the center of our work plane. So we have two 10 millimeter radiuses. Very good. It's important that you constrain your profile so that you don't have any problems later on with the geometry when you're making cuts or making modifications. So it's very important that you profile and locks it into those dimensions. We're going to exit out of the profile. The workbench that we're going to show you today is the part design workbench. Very simple. I'm going to start by creating our new part. Come over here, select part, okay, and then we'll select the plane that we're going to put our sketch on. Go into Sketcher. Now good, automatically snaps to a 2D plane. We're going to use the profile icon here, and it's going to allow us to make one continuous profile. I like how I have snap grid on. I like how it works because it makes it very simple. 40, 40, and 40, 20. And down here, notice how it snapped all over. When I hit the parallel line, it showed me a highlighted line. I love that feature. And then also when I'm on point to point to close my profile, it gives me a bullseye. I love that feature too. So I'm going to come over here and double click on the constraint button because we have to dimension our part. Give it some constraints. There we go. And I can pick a point here and a point here just to ensure that it stays in the parameters that I wanted, that stays center on my plane. Very good. Now I can unselect that and then go to put in our corner radiuses, pick that line, put my radius in there. And then what this corner command is saying that it's impossible to do the trim lengths, and mainly it's saying because I've got the edges constrained. So it's saying it's got a problem. But I'm going to say yes to that. And so then it gives us a dimension to the theoretical point of our radiuses, which is exactly what I wanted. So I have to come back over here and select the icon again. And I get the same message, and that's fine. I pull my radius out. Now I double click on the dimension and I can modify that to 10.0. 10 millimeters. That's what I wanted. Very good. Now I have a completely constrained profile. Exit the profile. There we go. Now my profile has been highlighted. I can go directly into the pad function. In our pad definition, we have options up to next, up to last. What it's talking about there, next and last, and then plane and surface is the next element that it comes to. That's what it's talking about, next and last. The last element it comes to, that's what it's going to do. But I just wanted to mention, just showing you have options there. The length that I want is 30. And there I go, because I had my profile already selected. That's all I wanted to do. Now the next item I'm going to do is I'm going to put a draft on this outside edge, and I want the bottom to be kicked out. I want this to be my control surface, so when I pull out of the tool that this edge doesn't bind, so the bottom edge will be kicked out. And that's why I'm going to put a draft on that of 5 degrees. come in here and I select the middle surface, and it automatically selects the adjacent surfaces, which I really like that functionality. So now I'm going to pick my neutral element. The neutral element was this top surface. Now this arrow is indicating my pull direction, and as I said before, I want this bottom edge to be kicked out, so that's the pull direction that I'm looking for. Okay, and I do a preview, and it puts these phantom planes in there, giving me a little preview of what I can expect, and that's what I wanted. So we say OK, and we've got our 5-degree draft. Now I'm going to put my fillet along this top edge. I select my edge. It automatically selected the adjacent edges. 5-degree radius is fine. Tangents, do a preview. Here's my tangencies. I'll say OK, and now I've got my fillet like I want. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this geometry about this plane. So our mirror icon is this icon that has the plane and geometry on both sides of it. Select the surface, then I'm going to mirror about, and notice how it gives me a profile indicating that's what you can expect, and that's what I wanted. So now I have my block. That's my solid block. And I'm going to stop this first leg of the demo at this point and pick up on the second.